Okay then, Helldivers. Well, the fight for democracy continues as we have more coming in from Helldivers 2's. The development team are going in big time, and Sony seem to be backing a massive support bubble to help these guys with the server issues that they've got going on currently. Today we're going to go over everything Helldivers 2 that you may incur, including a new patch that happened just today. So with that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. On top of that, check out our sponsor, Advanced GG, #1 clinically proven energy supplement on the market. My favorite flavor is cherry vanilla, but you guys can catch an array of flavors via the link in the description. With that being said though, let's dive on in to some more Helldivers 2 bloody news. I'm excited for this one as we are seeming to be giving them servers a taste of freedom, with Helldivers posting up a tweet today, this morning, around 2 to 3 hours ago from recording, stating supporting incoming. We have issued a patch for players that raises the server cap and fixes a problem of players stuck with cinematics. Read more about it here. And when we actually go into the patch, the Steam patch for this one is actually quite interesting, and there's a lot that seems to be entailed onto it. As far as the fixes go, it is pretty much as you would expect. They have raised the server cap and fixed an issue where some players could get stuck in the cinematics for an extended period of time. Now, as far as the known issues that they're currently working on though, there seems to be quite a lot entailed. These are the issues that they are either introduced by this patch and are being worked on, or are from a previous version and have not yet been fixed. So there's no text is present for the requisitions and social menu on the players HUD. PlayStation 5 players may encounter an error code 1000-3001, just easier to read it that way, on the login screen. There's a login rate limiting when many are logging in at the same time, and players are becoming disconnected during play. Rewards and other progress though may be delayed on or other attributed. Various UI issues may appear when the game interacts with servers. The pickup of certain objects in-game may cause characters to freeze in place for an extended period of time, which sounds like a bloody awful issue to have. Being able to pick up in-game items will make you freeze for an extended period of time. No idea whether that's a thing, but they're working on that now currently. Some games would not be joinable by others for a short period of time during heavy load, which at the moment should be okay with this patch just going into place. Obviously, we are going to go into the details of how much they've raised the server cap by in a second, and what it is that's going on with the game as far as the AFKs. Now, other unknown behaviors may occur in Japanese. VO is missing from intro, cutscene, and ship TV, and then there are armor values for light, medium, and heavy armor do not currently function as intended. They state right here, have a glorious and liberating weekend, Helldivers. See you on the battlefield, via Max Kalberg, the release manager. But this is actually really good news for the game, because the game's had such a big insight on PlayStation and on Steam as it stands right now. So the big numbers coming in can now obviously increase. The server capacity has gone up to a whopping 700,000. So the Helldivers patch via the IGN website article states Helldivers 2 patch 1.000.12 raises the server cap to 700,000 concurrents as dev braces itself for the weekend. Now, we believe that the wait times will be much more bearable, as Helldivers 2 developer Arrowhead has raised the game's cap server from the 700 concurrent users as it braces for the weekend and having massive players numbers. Helldivers 2 is smashing its following its explosive launch across PC via Steam and PlayStation 5, but the co-op focused third-person shooter has suffered from significant issues as server capacity is hit time and time again. Arrowhead has released a number of patches in a bid to combat this problem, including raising the server cap to 500,000 concurrent users, and indeed this week raising it via a major update, the new Helldivers 2 patch, targeted at sorting out the most egregious issues. But now Arrowhead has upped the server cap yet again as it prepares for another influx of players over the weekend, and obviously it seems to be the case. I have been trying so hard to leave this game until it kind of like picked up a little bit as far as its server basis and walked away from some of the issues that it's obviously had, but it is undeniable that this game is going to do well. So we're in here and we have joined the fight. So naturally other people are going to as well, and the numbers are going to keep rising. And what that does mean though is that AFK players are going to be a lot bigger, right? Well, yes and no. So Forbes has just figured out a article which states that the new Helldivers 2 patch will finally crack down on the AFK players. As you guys will know, the servers have been absolutely clogged up and people have been going AFK to secure their spot inside of these games. This thing has been causing quite a lot of problems over the last week or so, and this article nails it down to the ground. So it says, to get around Helldivers 2 refusing to log in players attempting to play due to its myriad of server issues, some players have simply not logged out at all. A common tactic for Helldivers 2 players has been to simply leave themselves logged in, so when they want to return to the game they can, rather than queuing up again or failing to get in. Of course, in doing so, they are taking up spots for players actually attempting to play the game in that moment. Now, that's changing. As part of Helldivers 2's 1.000.11 patch, AFK players will now be kicked to the title screen after 15 minutes of inactivity. This should solve the issue and reduce the use of this tactic, though there are certain ways of getting around it if you want to go the extra mile. But for those players just sitting around all the time with no effort, yeah, that this should get them booted out. Though in some ways it's hard to blame them given how hard it has been to log in and play much of the time. This is not the only thing that's being patched in 1.000.11, which is other fixes for crashes and bugs, including one that's happened when you try and join other players' ships. There's a load of full notes that were obviously attached, and I'll leave the link down in the description for you guys to go and give that one a crack. But let it be known that Sony are obviously now backing Arrowhead, and they are going in to try and fix these servers to hopefully be able to surpass the numbers that this game really will surpass. It's been absolutely bonkers seeing the numbers that this game has made, and especially given the most recent timetable of gaming and how the overall consensus and viewpoint of a live service model seems to have caused a few issues, to say the least. Right now we have obviously got this game as a live service model, and it seems to be doing really well, to say the least. And I think that rightly so, this game has done everything right. There is a couple of videos out there addressing that, but we do seem to kind of see that no matter what it is that we are experiencing with this game, the only thing that's wrong with it is the servers. Even the battle pass is really worked out quite well. The superstore is worked out really well as well, and the prices that kind of attach with it are actually bloody bearable. And even then, the super credits that you can purchase, the largest packet that you can actually get right now is at 15.99 Great British pounds, which is probably the starting price of some others. And when we start looking at other companies such as Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League coming from Rocksteady, the money entail from that is absolutely ridiculous, considering that not many people are actually bothered about that game anymore. There does seem to be quite a lot coming from the back end of it. So when we start looking at how much this costs, we managed to get about 4 Great British pounds. Will get you 375 super credits, of which will get you 2 items from the store. So you're getting things for like £1 a time, maybe even £2, £3 each. And it works out just a lot better as far as the cosmetic runnings of things, because it means that you're likely to spend the money on it because you're not being mugged off. Or at least that's how I'm interpreting it. And at least that's exactly what I will be doing. Anywho, that's all we've got for time for today. Unfortunately, if you guys haven't already, make sure you dive in, because this is definitely a game worth checking out. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for though. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe. And if you got this far in the video, you obviously got some headstrong movements going on. Leave a salute emoji in the comment section below. I want to know how many of you guys managed to get this far. Thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate your faces. Like, subscribe, and as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.